over 80 years. Matson and the Adai Tano program. Harley-Davidson of Guam, visit our new showroom now located on Route 8 in Mighty. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, police have reclassified the deadly stabbing in Jigo as a homicide. Plus, could gambling be making a comeback to the Liberation Carnival? One freshman senator wants to pull the plug on the ban. And Guam's delegate is unfazed. The congressman responds only on Facebook to criticism on how he's running the office. Hafide and good evening, Guahu Sinik Delgado. The death of a 33-year-old man in Jigo last Friday has been ruled a homicide. Guam police confirming the results of the autopsy for Randy Tomei. Tomei died from a stab wound to the chest. That's what court documents stated for 39-year-old Randy Nirobai Stephanus. He is charged with murder for Tomei's death. The suspect claimed the two had been drinking earlier that day before they got into an argument over plates of food. That's when Stephanus allegedly stabbed Tomei in the chest at their worker barracks in Jigo along Route 15. Stephanus remains in custody, being held on $250,000 cash bail. An update to that alarming scene happening down at the beachside at Hilton in Tumon last Friday. KUAM confirms the man pulled from the waters after a reported drowning has died. It was midday on Friday. Hotel security rushed over to perform CPR on the male tourist before medics showed up to take him to the hospital. Authorities confirming today he didn't make it. No additional details about the incident have been released. The victim has not yet been identified. 116 potential witnesses. That's how many the prosecution told the court they plan to bring to trial for the man accused of killing a Dedido teen. Brandon Acosta was back in court today. He since pleaded not guilty to aggravated murder, and home invasion. The court today appointed a new attorney to represent him due to a conflict with his previously appointed counsel. Acosta reportedly confessed to killing 15-year-old Tamika Nalta after a burglary gone wrong at her home in Dedido last year. Acosta also confessed to authorities that his drug problem made him do things he wouldn't otherwise do. He is scheduled to be back in court on February 5th. A snatch and grab in the middle of the day at a local restaurant caught on camera. Surveillance video showing the moments the suspects grab the victim's purse and take off on foot. Police say it happened on Saturday at the Jamaican Grill in Dedido. Fortunately, the victim wasn't injured. Investigators say the victim was able to get a look at the suspect's getaway car, and on Monday, 2 people were placed under arrest.
And so why do you think the criminals, they go about this?
It's pretty much like, you know, some we can attribute it to an addiction issue, or some is pretty much just an opportunity where they see fit, whether it's, you know, an opportunity that presents itself. But, you know, again, this is where we ask the community to remain vigilant while on and about. You know, be aware of your surroundings.
22-year-old John Kelly is charged with robbery, terrorizing, theft of property, disorderly conduct, jurisdiction over and out, and public drunkenness. A 17-year-old boy is also charged with robbery. Among other charges, he is taken to the Department of Youth Affairs. Trial is set for a man accused in attacking another and trying to set the victim's house on fire. Daniel Verhering appeared in court today. He is charged with assault, arson, and family violence after allegedly punching the victim in the face and holding a machete to his neck. The victim also alleged the suspect days prior had tried to set his house on fire. The prosecution telling the court today they are trying to reach out to more witnesses before trial begins. Verhering is scheduled to be back in court on February 5th. Trial set to follow the week after. You might have received this long-distance phone call, many reporting the ring from a phone with the area code 881 or 882. Don't answer it and don't call it back. Guam Homeland Security officials, in coordination with local telecom companies, closely monitoring these calls. The office advises the community to not answer any unexpected calls from international or unusual numbers. And if you have a missed call, block the number and do not call it back. You are also asked to report any suspicious activity to the Mariana Regional Fusion Center. The number to call, 475-0400. Mayors are already meeting months ahead of time for plans for the Guam's 75th Liberation festivities. The discussion happening as a new bill is introduced that would legalize gaming, or at least games of chance. While the vice speaker is sticking to her guns in opposition, mayors are betting that these games will be a much-needed source of revenue. Carmen Talahi has the story.
Trying their luck again. Bipartisan Bill 29 was introduced by Senator James Moylan, Senator Jose Pito Terlaje, Senator Joe San Augustine, and Senator Will Castro. The intent of the legislation is, quote, not to authorize gambling, but rather to provide mayors an opportunity to justify and establish rules and regulations to allow games a chance only at the Liberation Day Carnival and other fairs. Sinahanya Mayor Robert Hoffman.
From my personal view, we're limited. My colleagues are limited on this. It was seasonal and it goes away versus what's happening right now. And if for people to think that it's just going to stop because it's legislated that it's illegal, these games still happen everywhere else in people's houses and their backyards. And it's just what better way than to capture the revenue.
The money collected from the games will go to village projects, but that's not enough for Vice Speaker Talina Nelson, who says her cards are against the new measure. In 2017, Nelson was influential in the unanimous passing of the law, which bans all types of gambling. The measure received support from the Archdiocese of Hagåtña. In a statement, she says, quote, this law was put forth and prioritized because of the voice of Guam's people, who 5 times since 2000 have rejected gambling. How many times will the people's voice be ignored? I believe village projects and programs need more support than they have, but gambling was not a sound solution 2 years ago, and it isn't one now, end quote.
To say that people of Guam have spoken time and time again, the people of Guam have spoken, but they've spoken for their own different reasons, and it was about slot machines. That's her personal view, and that's fine. I don't have any comment on it. It's how she feels, and it's how other people feel, I'm sure, but there's also a vast majority of people who've also asked us saying, is there something we can do to make it better? And this is why we're also having these planning meetings.
According to the mayors, without games like Betu Betu or the Color Game, the Liberation Carnival could be a bust. With the 75th Guam Liberation Carnival around the corner, mayors hope games of chance are in the cards.
We understand the concerns of all sides, but I think at the end of the day, if there really was a major concern about gaming, they would have done something else about the game rooms where the crime is actually happening, the bingos and the cockfighting, but to stop short of just canceling the carnival and then never show up, not participate, not find a way to help the event itself. To me, it's disingenuous.
Reporting for Guam News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlaje.
And Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio says he will serve as honorary chair for the Liberation Planning Group. Well, KUAM launched its new show, The After Party, last night with VIP guests former Congressman Robert Underwood, former Senator Fernando Estevez, and legislative staffer Kate Baltazar. It was lit. Chris Barnett reports.
Facebook or FaceTime. Former Congressman Robert Underwood calling out Congressman Michael San Nicolas to keep it old school.
But it's his style of interaction that's most disturbing, because it's all designed on avoiding contact with people. Right. It's designed to avoid face-to-face interaction. It's designed to avoid emotional contact, and then at the same time create the impression that somehow or other he's at the top of the world and he's at the top of the food chain, and we're just all supposed to be, in a way, subservient to him. Well, you know, yes, Mr. San Nicolas, yes, you're a congressman, but, you know, you're a public servant.
1 month after being sworn in, Congressman San Nicolas still hasn't opened a district office to answer to constituent concerns, and he says it won't be open until March, tentatively, leaving local leaders bombarded with questions. Kate Baltazar, the chief policy advisor for Senator Will Castro.
We were getting calls in our office, constituents-wise, saying, I've been calling all the senators' offices. Do you know where I can find our congressman?
Senator Regine Biscoli even went so far as to offer San Nicolas space to use temporarily. Instead, on Facebook, the congressman advised she be careful about thirsting for media attention from racists. It's not good for a federal affairs chair.
I just could think of so many other better terms than the word thirsting, you know, seeking, you know, it was a bit, I think, a bit derogatory in my view.
Not only did the congressman call out Senator Lee after the after party, he was back on Facebook, this time calling out Underwood and his predecessor, Madeline Berdallo, insinuating they didn't mentor him or help him with his transition. Underwood responded to the post telling San Nicolas, stop acting like a child and a victim, and to meet with the people he serves. Former Senator Narissa Underwood also backed up her husband, But San Nicolas deleted her comment.
Congressman San Nicolas being, as we've all admitted to, the master of social media with regards to Guam politics right now.
Sure.
Today.
Yeah.
You know, and not just social media, but digital platforms, and capitalizing that to get a hold of his constituents.
Congressman San Nicolas via WhatsApp communicated to KUAM that the delay in part was due to the relocation of office space and security protocols. Old man Underwood, not buying it.
Imagine this. He's so concerned about security, and Facebook is like the least secure
Ask the
means
Russians.
of social media
Right.
available. I mean, even the Russians are there. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, how does this all logically work?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, I hope he corrects his whole approach to this. But at the end of the day, it sure seems to me that he's afraid of interacting with people.
Overnight, Congressman San Nicolas posted on his social media, quote, "Unfazed, mission focused." If you missed the after party, you can watch it now on KUAM's Facebook page. Well, she didn't move very far from her previous work location. Former Congresswoman Madeline Berdalio is governor's liaison in Washington, D.C. The move comes after her election defeat to Guam delegate Mike San Nicolas, but the former delegate wants to make clear that she has zero intention of getting involved in matters that involve San Nicolas up at the nation's capital.
It's a very clear line between what I'm going to do and what he's going to do. And he's in Congress. I'm taking care of the governor.
The goal of one Guam.
Berdalio will be making less than her predecessor, Margaret Metcalf. Metcalf was the D.C. liaison under the previous administration, making $82,000.
A pension, a government of Guam pension, and I have my pension from the federal government. And I said I certainly could take a cut in salary. I don't know what the former Guam director was getting over here, but we came up with the amount at $50,000.
Berdalio says she hopes to be more accountable and visible than what we are currently seeing from her successor. The former Congresswoman tells KUAM News she will be releasing semi-monthly reports from her D.C. office. Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
we are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
The great thing about technology isn't about how big, fast, or clever it is.
It's about delivering connections that empower people to achieve things. Try them for the first time.
Connect with others. Or even rediscover the world around us. It's your world. Explore it.
Start something new this year when you buy a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram from Cars Plus and Mighty. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $175 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $213 per paycheck. Or save $10,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $309 per paycheck. Plus, receive a Cars Plus Shell Value Card with every vehicle purchase. So this year, start something new with a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. Only at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Welcome back. Help is on the way for an undermanned customs and quarantine staff to inspect and clear cargo at Guam's only commercial port. The Port Authority says it will help Guam Customs find money for the repair and maintenance of a mobile X-ray machine that's been out of service for about a year. Nessa Lecanto reports.
General Manager Rory Respicio says the port used federal grant money to buy the mobile X-ray van and signed an MOU in 2013 to turn it over to the Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency after 3 years. But the machine has been down now for more than 12 months because CQA does not have the budget to fix it.
Governor Liu has asked me yesterday to see what we can do within our own resources to see what we can to get that machine up and running. And that's what we're working on right now, to see if the port is going to have to maybe put up some money and then Customs will reimburse the port. But bottom line is the Customs is very aware that after 3 years, through the Memorandum of Agreement, it was their commitment that they were going to take over the maintenance.
But GovGuam's lack of money for maintenance has been well documented over the years, and so Respicio says the port will again look to secure federal grant money for repairs.
But we don't want to spend too much time talking about why we're in this situation. Time is of the essence. We want to do what we can to assist Customs and Quarantine.
Respicio says fixing the mobile X-ray van will help in detecting contraband, but he believes more needs to be done to inspect the containers, and he is working with CQA and Homeland Security.
Every time you have a new administration, right, you have an opportunity to look at things from a fresh perspective. You have opportunity to reprioritize. There are some deficiencies, obviously, in the inspection of these containers, and our commitment is to assist Customs and Quarantine to even go as far as giving them an all-access pass to go everywhere to do what they need to do.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Ness. Well, Jack is in. The Chamorro Land Trust confirms failed senatorial candidate Jack Hattig as the new administrative director of the CLTC with a unanimous vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Hattig.
There was no budget for the hiring of Hattig, so funds had to be shuffled around, and with the help of BBMR, the more than $76,000 in salary Hattig will make as the director of CLTC was put together with a combination of lapsed funds and cuts to the existing CLTC budget. The CLTC also opted not to fill positions in order to have funds to pay Hattig. Naval Base Guam is extending the implementation date to require real IDs for base access. The 2005 federal law set new minimum security standards for state and territory issued driver's licenses and ID cards. Federal and military agencies are prohibited from allowing access without real ID compliant cards. Guam got an exemption until January 2019, which was extended to April 10th, while DHS completes a certification review. The Navy says it was unaware of the extension until recently. It will now also implement on that date. Till then, you can still get onto Big Navy with a Guam driver's license or a U.S. passport. Military-issued IDs are already Real ID compliant. The Guam Department of Education is asking for $343 million for fiscal year 2020. Of that amount, $180 million will go to curriculum instruction, $64 million to student supervision and safety, and $54 million for maintenance. The budget also asks for $4 million to expand JFK and Ukudu High. However, the proposal does not include funding for charter schools. In Superintendent Fernandez's request, he writes the Charter Schools Act of 2009 does not let GEB oversee and amend the budgets of charter schools. Fernandez says the lack of separation negatively impacts GDOE by reducing funds for students. You can view their budget on KUAM.com. United Airlines is adding 9 extra flights to meet increased demand during the busy Japanese travel holiday known as the Golden Week. The airline will use 737 aircraft flying out of Narita from March 31st through May 5th for an additional 1,300 seats. In a statement, United says it will continue to monitor the market closely and adjust accordingly to the demand. Managing Director for the Asia Pacific Airport, Sam Shinahara, says supporting the recovering Japan market has been a top priority for their sales team. Well, sports is coming up next, but first, here's a look at your island weather.
What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
Agent Alpha.
In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha.
Yes!
Chaos unfolds as Taco Bell's beloved nacho fries vanish yet again.
Where did you go?
What if they were in another
Dimension. There are fries seasoned in Mexican spices, trapped somewhere out there. And I'm gonna bring them home. Daddy's gonna bring you nacho fries.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, footage from this year's Payless Kick the Fat 5K and 10K run, Olympic weightlifting from Chamorai CrossFit in Tamuning, girls high school rugby, and your Super Bowl 53 predictions. Check it out. Over 3,000 plus runners came out for the 23rd annual Payless Kick the Fat 5K and 10K run walk at the Chamorro Village. New to the event was the 10K, which drew out about 700 participants. Runners were treated to a fireworks display at the start of both races. The turnaround point for the 5K was at the Governor's Complex in Adelup. 10K runners made their turn back to the finish line at the War of the Pacific National Park in Asin. John Fisher crossed the line first overall in the 5K with a time of 18:30. Kate Guerrero was the first overall female finisher with a time of 19 minutes. Derek Mendel crossed the line first in the 10K race with a time of 34:50. Manami Martin took first in the women's division at 39:01. Post-race festivities included a health and wellness fair, raffles, prizes, refreshments, and giveaways. Finishers for the 5K received Run Guam Dry Fit shirts, and 10K finishers received singlets. $500 cash was also given out to the school with the largest participation. 17 female and 9 male lifters took part in the Guam Weightlifting Open Championships at Chamorai CrossFit in Tamuning. For the female competitors, the youngest to hit the platform was 12 years old. Olympic weightlifting consists of 2 lifts, the snatch and clean and jerk. For more information about the national team program, email guahanweightlifting.com or check them out on Instagram at Guahan Weightlifting.
Today is our first competition for this the new bodyweight category, and it's our first competition in the year. as the Guam Weightlifting Open Championships. Some of them are competing for the a slot to Pacific Games, and it's also for Olympics.
IIAG Girls High School Rugby from the Ukadu Field. The home team Bulldogs picked up the 5-0 win over the Teason Heights Titans in their first game of the season. After a scoreless first half of play and the game still 0-0 with less than 3 minutes on the clock, Mara Tamayo took the ball out of the scrum and went in for the game's only try. The defense would prevent the Titans from scoring and secure the 5-0 win. Now for some local Super Bowl 53 predictions. Who you got, Rams or Patriots?
I'm going to pick Tom Brady and the New England Patriots because I love Bill Belichick and that offensive coordinator. They know how to win the game.
Well, for this Super Bowl, I'm going with the Patriots because of Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a good leader, and he will lead the team down to championship.
I'm going to go with the Rams this year. You know, they're the underdog, and Patriots have always come to the Super Bowl, and they have a couple rings, but I'm going to go for the underdog this year.
All right, this year I'm going for the Rams because I always go for the underdogs.
I got the Patriots because they beat the Chiefs, and that was my team I was going with for the whole season.
I'm going for the Patriots because of the coach.
I go for the New England Patriots because Tom Brady is GOAT, people.
We're more than just $9.99 large two-topping pizza delivered. We're that moment you realize you're raising her right. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
We are the Half Day Pledge Kids. What's the Half Day Pledge?
It's a promise to share
a Half Day spirit
and to protect our culture.
Like saying Happy Day! Congrats!
It also means promising to keep our island clean.
Like cleaning up the beach? That sounds so easy.
It is. Anyone can sign up, even kids just like us.
How do kids sign up? It's easy. Moms and dads call the Guam Visitors Bureau and sign your kid up to take the pledge.
All kids get certificates, bags, and can enjoy cultural activities at the signing ceremony.
We are Half a Day Pledge Kids, and you can be too.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get it right back? Now time to take a look at who all is celebrating this week. Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club list.
It's birthday time!
Happy birthday to you, John Edward Leon Guerrero. Many birthday blessings. Love and miss you, the familia. And a very special big 75. Happy 75th birthday to Johnny Villagomez with love from all your kids, grands, and great-grands, especially Michael Paul. And a very special happy birthday going to you, Rudolph Jr. Cruz. Have a wonderful and blessed happy birthday.
And again, happy birthday to Mr. Villagomez. Caught him celebrating his birthday dinner last night. And you too can celebrate your special loved one. Just go to KUAM.com and register on the Coastal and Creamy Birthday Club list. Make sure to include yourself.